have an idea in your mind of something you want, and you deserve to get it. So how do you get there? Well, welcome to the Idea Space, a podcast devoted to helping you overcome frustration and make what you want a reality. I'm your host, Jen Liddy, high school teacher turned entrepreneur. Now I'm a business development coach. It's my mission to help women bring their ideas to life and get what they want without feeling guilty, selfish, overwhelmed, or lost. Every week, I share topics, tools, and strategies to help you move toward that thing you want. Create time and energy to do the things you love, get clarity on what you really want and how to get there, and most importantly, stop feeling alone with your challenges. Whether you've wanted to create a better business, job, relationship, hobby, or self, I know there's something more that you want, and it's time you were able to get it with confidence and clarity. Ready to have it? Let's go. Hello. Welcome to the Idea Space podcast. I'm your host, Jen Liddy, and this is a place where you can learn how to make space for the ideas brewing inside of you and take away strategies to make them real. Today, I'm talking about how my brain can get itchy, and maybe your brain gets itchy too. Like it loves what it's doing right now, and at the same time, it also wonders, what else could I do? What else is out there? This itchiness is the reason I've moved out of literally every job I've ever had. They get too comfortable. Sometimes that gets a little boring, or I just want a new challenge. But ultimately, every time I make a leap, or even a little hop, or even a teeny shift, a few people in my life roll their eyes and they are like, again? Seriously? When are you going to settle down? When are you going to stop changing what you do? Why don't you just, find a job? And for a while, I felt ashamed about that. Like, why can't I just be happy doing what I'm doing? Why do I constantly have to shapeshift? And then I realized it's in the exploring that I find happiness. I love plunging into a new challenge. I don't start something new looking for happiness. I start something new because I'm curious to see how far I can push myself. Now, in the experience of seeing how far I can go, I generally find satisfaction. And believe me, for far too long, I wished I could just be happy in one job forever. And I've definitely wondered, why have I spent all this money on grad school to become a teacher if I'm just going to not be a teacher anymore? Or, why did I invest all that time and money and sweat equity into a fitness business if I was just going to leave after 3.5 years? But here's the thing. At that time, I had no idea I'd be getting into something just to get out of it later on. But now, with self-awareness, I can see that change is actually a pattern of mine. Because I'm curious about what else I can accomplish, I just can't explain it. But some of my friends and family don't get it. It's just a quality inside of me that makes some of them feel sorry for me. And someone in my family even went so far as to kind of shake her head sadly at me and say, I just wish you'd find something that makes you happy. And it's kind of funny now, but at the time I was super annoyed. I am happy in the journey. Even so, when I had an inkling last fall that I wanted to go deeper into a more specific part of developing my business, I wasn't surprised, but I was annoyed. I was like, damn, I just figured out this part of my business. I had just figured out how to help women start their businesses. I had figured out all the parts and pieces. I became an expert in the trainings and the resources, and I had really figured out a system. I had my pricing done, my offers done. I was making a nice living, and I was seeing good traction, right? But something inside of me was kind of pulling me again, making me kind of a little itchy again in my brain. And I knew that I wanted to go a little bit deeper inside my business to help women with one specific area of their businesses. I didn't want to start over again. I didn't want to do a whole new niche. I just wanted to go deeper and get more specific. So I gave myself permission to explore, kind of like permission granted, to say, what's up for me? What's calling me? And this takes courage. Now, remember, I've been talking about courage this month because the most successful people display courage. And courage means that you are afraid of whatever's in front of you and you do it anyway. Now, exploring a deeper, more niched part of your business is a scary place to go, especially when you've kind of figured out, one area of your business. Why the hell do I want to move out of my comfort zone? That's scary. Comfort zones are warm and cozy. Why can't I just want to stay in the comfort zone? And if you hear that, I want you to say hello to self-judgment because you're judging yourself for wanting something different, and self-judgment never gets us anywhere. So, all last fall, I sat in my discomfort and started to really examine what was making me feel itchy. And I saw a theme crop up again and again and again. So whether I was working with private clients or group clients or even friends who wanted to pick my brain about something, what I kept hearing over and over is that people love, love, love when I pull their ideas out of their heads. People walk around with all of these like soupy or stewy kind of thoughts in their head, and they don't know how to make them real or make them actionable or make them, like logical. And so like sometimes a friend will say to me, I have this thing I want to teach, but it's so much stuff and I have no idea how to sort through it. And so we'll get on the phone and spend 30 minutes and then boom, she's got her workshop all outlined. Or I had a client say, I need to write an email sequence for this free challenge I'm doing, but I have no idea like how to say it or what to say. And so in one of our sessions, boom, we pulled her email sequence out of her head in her words and her style. And I realized I was doing this thing all the time with my clients, just the way I do it for myself, kind of pulling out social media plans or helping them write subject lines for emails and blog posts, like whatever it is they're having trouble with. But I pull it out of their head with them and then out of their fingers to their keyboard. And I have found that this is kind of my special sauce. It's work that makes me excited and happy because when my clients see their jumbly ideas come out of their brain into a linear, clear, and like easy to execute plan, they're excited too. And sometimes this is the first time they can see possibility that they can shift and their brain can stop being itchy. And sometimes it's the first time they see that. And that is such an honor for me because I believe anything is possible. Like my own life proves it over and over again. And sometimes that means I have to get uncomfortable and do something weird or difficult or new. And that takes courage. How about you? Do you want to pivot someplace in your business or life, twist or turn? Is there something you want to stop doing or start doing? All of that shit takes courage. And it's super uncomfortable. So here's the thing. When we are uncomfortable with making a change in our life, no matter how small that change is, the other people in our life get uncomfortable watching us be uncomfortable. So they might not be able to encourage you to be courageous. We have to stop relying on other people to be our cheerleaders and do this for ourselves. So let's go back to the topic at hand. Are you ready for a pivot, a change, or a swivel in your business or your life? And I'm going to say you're probably afraid. And if you want to make it real, you have to do it anyway. Stop waiting for the fear to dissipate. For me, I will say I'm niching down into business development a little bit further by helping women business owners get all that great, kick-ass, valuable content out of their heads and into the world. I'm still going to be here at my podcast at the Idea Space, bringing strategies for growth in your business and your life and how to make your ideas a reality. But the question you might be asking is when am I going to stop changing? I keep wanting new things. And I'm going to say, maybe you're like me. Maybe you're not going to stop changing until the last day. And if that's okay, because if you're a fan of this podcast and you're here, then you are someone who's committed to change. Maybe change is a pattern. And there's a difference between flip-flopping change and nuanced pivoting change that brings you more deeply into who you are and what you want. And to do that, it takes a willingness to get uncomfortable, a willingness to look ahead with some vision, some possibility, some openness. That is courage, my friend. And I know that in your life, there's something you need to do or someone you need to become in order to get what you want. And that means moving outside your comfort zone. So what is one little step you can take today to make that happen? I'm offering a free training tomorrow. If you were listening to this on the day this drops, it's February 13th, and tomorrow is February 14th, and I have a Valentine's gift for you. It's a free training at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you get on the list, you can join us live, or you can get the recording to watch it later. You just have to go to www.jenliddy.com and register there. And as always, thank you for being a podcast listener. I so appreciate your time and energy because I know there are bajillions of podcasts you could be listening to. So thanks for letting me into your podcast app every week. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for joining me today. You can access more free tools and video trainings at www.jenliddy.com/free sources. That's FREE sources. If you found this podcast helpful, I'd be so grateful if you subscribed and gave a review. And if you have a friend who'd benefit from today's topic, tool, or strategy, please share the Idea Space podcast with her. That way, together, we can help more women achieve their dreams and take action on their ideas. Isn't it time we all were able to get what we want? Join me next week, and remember, right now, all you need to do to make your idea a reality is take the very next step you know how to. Bye!